Chiki and I run a bookish-inspired accessories and stationery shop. Welcome to my studio vlog. This studio vlog took a while to edit. I filmed most of the studio vlog on Saturday and Sunday, and there were just like so many pins to go through. I know it's just like 3 batches of pins, and other pin makers probably have gone through bigger batches, but you know, as someone who's not that experienced with pin making yet, it was a struggle. But I did get most of the shots I wanted, and I did finish on Sunday, sort of. Almost finished on Sunday, I would say rather. So hopefully you'll be seeing this vlog within the week. And also, I just wanted to mention that on Friday to Monday, me and my boyfriend are going to Japan, and I'm so excited! So yeah, most of my week has also been spent planning for the Japan trip and also planning for my October Halloween sale, which is on the 29th to the 31st of October. So let's just jump right into this video, and I hope you enjoy it. Today, we are going to grade pins. So we are going to grade these pins as well as these ones, I guess. Sorry, English is not my first language. And also these pins. There we go. And this one actually is one of my bookish pins. This one is a bookmark with some like celestial swirlies going around. And then this one, once it focuses. Okay, so this one is a set of books with like some celestial swirls and stuff in the sun. Although now that I'm looking at it, it doesn't really look like a stack of books or a set of books. Maybe like if you don't see the books in it, you could just like pretend they're lanterns or whatever. And then this one, focus please. Alright, there you go. So this one is my Lyra pin, and she turned out really pretty and really sparkly, and I really like it. I guess we're going to start with the bookish pins. Oh yeah, maybe I should like explain first how I grade my pins. So I grade my pins as standards and seconds. And I know other pin makers grade their pins as A, B, and C, but I just do 2. I just do standard and seconds. So standard pins have little to no flaws, and seconds pins are the pins with a little bit of a flaw. Like for example, like there's a tiny scratch in the middle, or there are parts of the enamel that have been underfilled or have been filled wrongly. Depending, of course, if it's hard enamel or soft enamel. So this one is a soft enamel pin, and from experience, hello, why is it not focusing? There you go. And from experience, soft enamel pins just seem to have a higher rate of seconds. I don't know, I guess it's just because of the process of making soft enamel pins, like because basically with soft enamel pins you just like stamp the design onto the metal, and then you just fill in the little colors there, and then that's it basically. That's what soft enamel is. It's also cheaper than hard enamel. Hard enamel is you stamp the metal and then fill in the inks. I've seen a video where they make hard enamel pins and they actually overfill the inks and then they polish it down. So because of the polishing down, hard enamel pins are also like less detailed than soft enamel pins, but they're also more durable from what I understand. Because of the detail, I think there's gonna be like, it's gonna be more likely that there are parts that have been filled wrongly. I'm just really nervous about it, but let's hope that there are a lot of standards for this And also, this is my first time using this certain manufacturer. That makes me kind of nervous, but let's stay positive. So this is basically how I grade pins. They're all like put in this little plastic thing. So obviously I take that off. I'm not sure if this is like recyclable, so if you guys have any tips on how to dispose of these little plastics, because I really don't want to, like, you know, make more waste than necessary. If there's a way to recycle these, I would gladly like to know. This one is probably going to be a standard just because, like, the flaw I found was like almost invisible. You probably wouldn't even notice it if I didn't say it. So that's good. That's a good start. This one has like a really weird, like, I don't know what that is. I guess it's just dust or something. But I was able to take it away, and this one actually looks quite good also. Nothing's underfilled. All the stars are colored yellow. This is actually a really good start. Alright. There you go. So yeah, this one is also going to be standards. I don't know if it's noticeable right away, but this one does not have a fill. This one, the color here is supposed to be like this periwinkle type of color, but it's not there at all, so there's absolutely no fill. And if you compare it with a standards, so this one is going to be seconds. Okay, this one is like quite bad. There's this entire huge gap. Oops. Okay, let me focus that on first. There you go. There's like quite a big gap over here where it's like weirdly filled. Somewhere there. And also, what other thing that I see wrong about this? This one, I don't know, there seems like a little bit of hump on this part. I don't know if you can see it very well on camera, but it's quite noticeable in real life. So this one, I'm not even sure if I should consider this as seconds, just because of that. So I do have like a third type, which I just call oopsies, and I have a little bag full of oopsies from my past pins. They're just like these pins that have really huge flaw. These are pins that have really huge flaws that is extremely noticeable, and I think this one was quite noticeable, so I'm just gonna call it oopsies, just gonna put it to one side. And I don't sell oopsies, or at least I have not tried selling them yet, but I do want to sell them, maybe for like around like $2 or whatever. Something small and cheap to add to your orders. So this one is going to one side. Hopefully I don't get those kinds of oopsies a lot. Usually they're not a lot. And that's it. These are my standards over here, and these are my seconds, and I do have around like 4 oopsies, which are over here. There you go. And quite disappointing, I guess, because like there's almost an equal amount of standards and seconds. Although then again, I was kind of expecting that there would be a lot of seconds just because of the detail here. There are like really small areas that you need to fill in. So I guess all in all, okay. I'm not completely 100% satisfied, but I guess that should be all right. I'm going to go through the bookmarks one next and see if it's sort of the same, if sort of the same thing happens. But if this one has more standards than seconds, then I think it's just because of more of the detail that had to be put into this rather than, you know, the quality of the manufacturing company. I'm going to put these standards on a backing card, and I actually have a sample. So this is the backing card, and I think it's really cute. And I think this card matches the pin pretty well. So there are only going to be 2 backing cards that I'm going to use for all my standards pins moving forward. And it's this one and the black and silver one. I think it's just going to be more cost effective if I do it that way. But also, I tried my best to make it like not look that I'm like cheap or whatever. So that's why I added the gold foil. So it's like sort of the same backing cards, but bougie. Alright, so I'm gonna get ready to pack these standards. Usually I use a styrofoam to back these cards, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to do a couple here. Or maybe I'm gonna back all of the pins here. I don't know. I just go with the flow sometimes. Up. Almost forgot this. Which is a little Q-tip that I use to do a little bit of polishing on the little pins. So let's back some pins. ASMR. So usually when I back cards, I listen to an audiobook, and right now I'm still listening to the King of Scars audiobook. I was listening to the audiobook as soon as the book was released, but then I got kind of distracted. I finished like Illuminae and some other books, but now I'm getting back to it. And I don't know why, it just felt like it kind of started like super slow, but now it's picking up. And I'm really enjoying the audiobook so far. If you've read King of Scars, then let me know what you think. I'd really love to talk about the book with you. So comment down below if you've read it and if you want to talk about it with me. Just be careful and be mindful of spoilers. If you've read King of Scars, you probably know that it happens around sometime after the events of the Six of Crows duology and also the main series, which is the I cannot talk. What is wrong with me? And it also happens after the main series, which is the Shadow and Bone series. So just be mindful of spoilers because some people haven't read them yet. I really like the sound of the pin piercing through the card. So actually, I wanted to talk with you guys about audiobooks. What do you think about audiobooks? Do you listen to a lot of them? Because I personally, I really like audiobooks because they allow me to do something else while I'm listening to audiobooks. But how many times have I said audiobooks? That one sentence. But I don't know, some people don't like them. I don't know, I haven't encountered anyone like this, but I assume there would be like book snobs who are like, audiobooks are not real books or whatever. But I don't know, I haven't met them yet. So maybe there aren't. Maybe it's just me being paranoid or whatever. I think for me also, it kind of depends on the narrator of the audiobook, because I can't recall off the bat if I have encountered a narrator that I absolutely couldn't stand, but some people do. Like, I've seen like Instagram stories of people who couldn't continue an audiobook because they really didn't like the narrator. So what do you think? Do you like audiobooks? And if so, which audiobooks have you heard? And do you have a favorite narrator? Like, admittedly, I don't pay much attention to the names of the narrators. Although I guess I should, because there are some narrators, especially like the Shadow and Bone series. I really loved the narrator in that one. So maybe I should like look her up and see if she's narrated any other books. Because I think sometimes the narration, or rather the narrator, really helps if I'm having trouble completing a book otherwise. Because sometimes I would read a book and like not like it that much, or just like for some reason not be that into it. But the moment I listen to the audiobook, I'm thinking like, you know, it's not that bad after all. Because I have DNF'd a couple of books, not that much, but now I'm thinking like, maybe if I listen to it instead of just like, you know, reading it as I normally do, then maybe I'd end up liking them. So has this ever happened to you guys? I would love to listen to your experiences. I kind of forgot that I needed to put all of these in these little plastic bags. So I'm going to do that now. And can't remember how much of these I bought. I think it's about 100 or 200 maybe. But once I run out of these plastic bags, I've been thinking about switching to Glassine bags. So I don't know if you've seen them before, but they're these little bags that are semi-transparent, and they're usually used for baking. So for putting all of your food inside, like cookies or whatever. And they are apparently more friendly for the environment. They're biodegradable, and I think they're also compostable. Did I even say that right? Compostable. I don't know. Well, whatever. You get what I mean. So once I run out of these, I'm gonna look into getting Glassine bags. Alright, I am done. All of these pins have been put in their little plastic bags to protect them from dust and from water or other liquids, etc., etc. It is almost 4 right now, so I think I will be moving on with the Lyra pins, since they're the ones that I need to pack tomorrow to send to Monday for all of the pre-orders of the Lyra pins, of course. And I have not sorted them out yet. So I'm a little bit behind schedule, so I need to hurry up. This is my Lyra pin. It's so gorgeous. So it's hard enamel and it has glitter over here, and also a bit on the wave over there. And she also has 2 gemstones and screen print details. So they're basically just like the bubbles around her. And it turned out really nice. I'm gonna put all the standards here and I'm gonna put all the seconds here. And hopefully we won't have any, not any, but we won't have too much seconds. This pin is a second. I don't know if you can see very well on the camera, but there's this kind of scratch over here. I think it's paint that wasn't put on properly. It's over there somewhere. So I think it's noticeable enough to be a second spin, I think. So we'll be putting her over there. By the way, aren't her rubber backings so cute? I really love the cute light pink hearts. This is also my logo at the back, so you know you're actually buying the original from me. This one is also a second. There's this really tiny unfilled spot over here, like completely unfilled. So she will be going here. So one of the other things that make them seconds for me are dents. So there's that dent over here, so she is going to go to seconds. Sometimes little dents are okay mostly, especially if you don't notice them unless you look really hard. But that dent I think was quite obvious, so that's why she's going to the seconds pile. Okay, I am going to stop here for now. I still have a little bit left to go through, but not that much anymore, as you can see. It's just that I'm running out of like space and I don't wanna accidentally mix them together. And also I think I have enough of the standards to complete my pre-orders. I mean, to complete packing my pre-orders. And so far, it seems like this is generally the standard that I get from my supplier, or from my manufacturer rather. I noticed that the more special effects you add, like glitter or screen print, the greater the chance that there's gonna be seconds. I guess it's basically just because adding more stuff makes it a little bit more complicated to do. But so far, I'm kind of okay with this batch. As you can see, there's so much more standards than seconds anyway. All of the standard pins. or the standard grade pins rather. And so now I think I am going to pick the best of the best among the standard pins, and then I am going to pack them, and I am going to send them off tomorrow probably to everyone who pre-ordered my Lyra pins. So I do also have the Lyra bookmarks to add to the packages of all of those who pre-ordered the pins. So I'm gonna get those ready, and I will see you really quick, probably after this cut. Hey everyone! It is 5 p.m. right now, and I still haven't gone through all of these. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go through all 100, but today I'm still gonna try to go through as much as I can. I mean, grading all these pins. Alright, and hopefully this batch has more standards than seconds, because compared to the other purple metal pin design, this one has a lot less detail, so I'm assuming it's less likely that there's gonna be more errors here. So fingers crossed. Okay, so this is it for now. It's actually getting quite dark and I haven't really gone through all of them completely. There's still like a few that I still haven't gone through, but I think this is enough for the launch for Tuesday. So on Tuesday, these little bookmark pins as well as the book pin and the Lyra pin are all going to be up in my shop. The link to my shop is down below. I also have an Etsy shop, which are mostly pins and stickers. So go have a look, and if you want something, go ahead and get one. And if you like my content, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification button. I will see you in my next studio vlog. Bye!